Hey, my name is Joe Grimes, and I'm a local filmmaker in San Angelo, Texas, and I'm excited to be here with Jeremy. Jeremy was actually a part of the crew on this film, and he probably worked harder than everybody else out there, truth be known. The name of the film is Dove Creek. It's a short film. It's actually my first short film, and it all really goes back to sort of a love for Westerns, and I wanted to do something that was time period accurate. This film takes place in 1879. And so everything inside the film is accurate to the time frame. I wanted to do that just to respect and honor our history and the history of San Angelo, because it does actually take place Dove Creek, San Angelo, Texas, which I think is just fantastic. So we use all local talent, all local people, all local film crews, except for one. I had a buddy, but that's because he moved away from San Angelo, and his sound company did all the sound work for us, and so we're really excited about that. I just got to say that I've seen the film community in San Angelo grow quite a bit over the years, and since this is my first short film project, I wanted to reach out to a lot of the people that are already doing this and that throughout the city and Concho Valley, and I wanted to grab a hold of them and pull them in and collaborate on a project. And so at first I reached out to good friends that have been in the film community for way longer than me, people like Charlie Landers, people like Colin Feldhaus and Jamie How Fast, and other people that have been in the media business for a long time. Matt Butcher, Sean Gutierrez, the guys over at By the Stream Media, that they were our actual camera company. They came in and took care of the camera department, and they did a masterful job bringing in anamorphic lenses with natural warm flares on them to capture that really, I think, vintage Western look. And then we just had the best crew ever, honestly, man. Like, everybody out there was so fired up to just be out there and do something. And I think that really says a lot about the film community in San Angelo, is that they are foaming at the bits to go do something. And so when I shoot ideas over at my buddy Jamie all the time, and I call Jamie my shotgun because he blows holes in all my good ideas, but you need that person in life, right? And so that was the guy that I thought, he's on my production crew, because I need somebody to stop me from making bad choices out there. And Jamie stopped me from making almost every choice. And then bringing in Colin Feldhaus as the director of photography, his vision and his mindset is just beyond the scope of cool. Like, this guy's been on Hollywood sets, and most of these guys have, actually. And all that's right here in San Angelo. And I just got to thinking, man, we got so much great talent. There's no reason we shouldn't pull these things together and try something that nobody's ever done here. For one, we had a proof of concept with a fight scene. I always wanted to see a nice Western with a kick-butt fight scene. And so I brought in my buddy Josiah Miller, who's right here in the Concho Valley, as a fight scene coordinator. I said, this is what I'm looking for. These are the characters. This is the time frame. And he did the research on the fighting styles for a cowboy, a military guy out of the 1870s, and a Native American. And speaking of that, we got two really cool actors, local actors, to do all of this stuff. So when you see the short film, that's all local talent doing all that stuff. And with the fight scene coordination and all the time we spent in pre-production, making sure that in camera we could sell every punch, every kick, so it looks as real as possible. And Jeremy, you saw the film, man. Good?
Yeah.
The fight scene's
really good.
The fight scene's good, dude. So we're really excited about this film. I think probably the thing that I would like to see happen in San Angelo with the film community is, I see a lot of support. Everybody wants it to happen. And I think just continue to make yourself known. Continue to show what you're doing. Continue to put yourself out there. And then eventually somebody like me is going to come up with an idea that's a wild, hard to do idea. And it's really, the success rides on the entire cast and crew. The whole success does. A storyline's great and wonderful, but man, when you have people like Matt and Sean from By the Stream Media, local media company here in town, that shows up with their camera gear and all other stuff. I mean, we're shooting on FX3s with nice, beautiful anamorphic lenses, and we're pushing this gear as hard as we can out in the elements. And it was a hot one, man. it was brutal, dude. Yeah, but it was great. Everybody kept high spirits out there. The video village came to us through Moving Metaphor. Jamie Halfast owns Moving Metaphor. And he brought out an entire video village in a trailer that we were able to monitor everything and really keep on track because we were using multiple cameras. So we had 3 cameras out there because we wanted to capture as much as we could in a short period of time because we were obviously racing against the sun. Everything was completely naturally lit off the sun, and it was shot in complete chronological order so that we kept the continuity in motion moving forward with the storyline. Everybody did a great job. Can't say enough great things about them. Super stoked about this film. It's, again, my first short film. Never done anything on my own like this. And the truth is that I didn't do this on my own. This has obviously been a collaboration of some pretty awesome, talented people here already in San Angelo. So I've heard a lot of people say that, oh, San Angelo keeps trying this film thing, and we're not trying it. We're doing it. And so Film San Angelo, let's go. Keep creating, keep doing. Keep bringing people like Jeremy into your shots because this guy's a freaking hardworking maniac out there. He knows what he's doing. And reach out to people that you're scared to reach out to. Like for camera, actually, we had totally planned on using all Blackmagic gear because the look is so beautiful. And so when I got a call from, or I reached out to Sean Gutierrez to be a camera operator, and he said, hey, I got an idea. How do you feel about using the Sony FX3 platform? And we had these anamorphic lenses, and I thought, bro, you had me at anamorphic because it's a Western. How do you not have anamorphic on a Western? And I didn't want to fake it. And so nothing was faked out there except for some of the hits. Some of the hits were actually not faked. I'm so just saying. But we're very grateful. We did have Kylan Wilson. He was our main character. And we had Anthony Trejo, who's actually been in other short films here in San Angelo. These guys, in fact, Kylan's actually shot with Charlie Landers on the big projects. And so we're really happy to have all this great talent already here in San Angelo. And so there's a premiere coming out soon. And so if you hear about it and you want to come check it out, please come do that. And then we'll push it to film festivals after that. And then after that, we just want to share it with everybody. My next step is actually moving over and working on some music videos for local artists here around San Angelo, Concho Valley. I'm all about taking what's happening in San Angelo and just blowing it up and making it bigger. And we're also working on another Western that is going to be sort of a slap together Western thing that is it's going to be fun. You know, like we're just out here having fun and doing the best we can and just sharing the creative vision with everybody.
You also had a horse.
We had a horse named Lippy. Lippy was probably the best character out there. Lippy didn't give us any crap. She literally, it's a he. You'll see it in the film.
He didn't give any lip.
Yeah, Lippy gave us no lip whatsoever. And he was a rock star, yeah, for sure. Best horse, real horse in a film. And we were able to actually dip in and start using some AI assets as well inside of this, as everybody should start doing. As a filmmaker, you should actually dip into AI assets and resources. That's actually, but you don't want to lean on it. You just want to use it for your effects and stuff like that, and to capture some things that you probably couldn't capture otherwise. And we did that. We did that on this film. The horse. I don't want to go through the whole cast and crew.
Yeah. How many cast and crew would you say total were there?
We had 25, I think, cast and crew total. So as far as a local film goes, for a short film, that was a big number. Yeah, everybody from craft services all the way through makeup. We had professional cinema makeup out there. We had tattoo covers. Those guys had tattoos, man, and we had to cover that stuff up because they didn't have tattoos back in 1879. And so we had professional cinema makeup out there. Every department did a perfect job all of the time. We were out in the heat. We did have a few problems with equipment getting hot, and that was just a part of the deal. Sometimes stuff sucks out there, and you just got to go, hey, we're going to keep moving. We're going to keep moving on. And at the end of the day, we drank a lot of water, had a lot of ice packs, and I think it turned out okay. You think so? That's actually pretty cool.
We shot for 2 days.
We did. We shot Total production time. Pre-production took several months, but actual production, like when we're actually doing principal cuts, principal production was a Friday and a Saturday, and that was it. And it was Friday, like afternoon, evening, because we're doing all of our evening scenes. So it was like Friday evening we were shooting, and then all day Saturday into the evening we shot. And we wrapped up. It was a pretty quick deal. Like, I thought it was pretty fast. We packed a lot inside of a day and a half. Okay, why don't you give me a no all the way up to no? No. No. No! I'm good. Can I talk about post-production?
Yeah.
How are we doing on time? What's it? You got red lights flashing?
Nope, you got 12 minutes left. You're good.
Oh, we're going to cut right to the point, man. Is this good?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. So let's talk about post-production. Post-production was a totally different story. We shot this thing in 2025, June 14th. I had planned on shutting the rest of my world down because I still have a full-time job, part-time job, and anything to make the money to make the film keep going, right? And I was going to shut down on July 4th, 2025, shut my life down and spend the next however long it took to edit the film and get it finished. July 4th, I woke up and my house was flooded, just like a lot of other people out there. And so I've spent a year rebuilding my house. We didn't live in the house for 6 to 8 weeks. When we finally moved back in the house, there's nowhere to put a computer. The house is a disaster. And so by the time I pulled computers out and started getting back to work on it, it just didn't work. Christmas showed up. And so I didn't start editing until June of 2026 because I was putting my house back together. Yeah, true story. And so it literally sat on the shelf. And everybody kept asking, Joe, when's the film? When's the film? And I kept telling them, when the house is done, when the house is done. And then finally we got close enough to the house being done. And I told my wife, I said, you know what? I don't want to go a full year without this thing being finished. And so stopped working on the house, fired the computers up, dusted everything off, pulled the files in, and just got to work. Woke up. This is cool. I learned this from Logan Reynolds. Do you remember Logan Reynolds? Yeah, anyways, I learned from Logan Reynolds. He taught me, you got a full-time job, you got to keep rolling, man, and you're a part-time filmmaker. I woke up at 4:30 every morning, jumped in the editing bay on my computer in my home office, and went to work. 4:30 until about 6:30 or 8:30 every single day, except Sunday. Take Sunday off, got to have a day of rest in there. And it took, I think, probably like 3 or 4 weeks, taking a few breaks in there because I do have a family. And other than that, about 3 or 4 weeks, 4:30 to 6:30 every single morning, driving this thing to make this thing finished. And as these small-time filmmakers, that's the dedication you have to have out there. Don't let your projects sit on the shelf too long unless there's extenuating circumstances. There's a guy, Vice Grip Garage, this guy, Derek, he always says, keep your feet moving, because if you don't work it, it's not going to work itself. And that would be my advice to all filmmakers here locally and anywhere else that's watching this, is if you don't work it, it's not going to work.
Not going to happen on its own.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else you can think of? We still got 9 minutes, 9.5.
Wow. 9 minutes.
All that's great. I love it.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to touch on? You gave some really good advice, just get involved. Is there anything else you can think of maybe to...
Okay, I got an idea. I always like to end off with here's what you need to do next.
Yeah.
I always like to end off, help people get moving there, If you're interested in shooting a short film, give me a call, give me a holler, DM me, hit me up. Come find me, come find Jeremy. He knows how to get a hold of me. And we'll take a look at the story. We'll run it through the ringers. I can't tell you how many stories I sent over to Jamie, and they never even made it. He was shooting them before they landed on his desk. But when that one went through, just that one good story got through, the one that had potential, the moment he said, I think this one might work, to me, that was like victory for me. And that was the moment where like, okay, we're going to go forward with this one. And it's Dove Creek. Dove Creek encounter, the way that I think that it would actually have gone on this, it's sort of like a, I feel like this is a fictional historical documentary. That's not even a real thing, is it?
It is now.
It is now. This is a historical, fictional documentary. So stupid. I would say that the thing that you need to do next, whoever you are, wherever you are in the process, get around a group of people that are way light years beyond where you are. Start learning. Get on a film set. If you want to do it, but you don't know how, you want to start learning something, the best thing to do, and I know, Jeremy, you've done this, is just ask somebody, hey, the next time you're filming something, call me. I'll just come in and do whatever you want me to do. That's how I got started. And you just start learning, you picking up the tips and the tricks, and you start figuring out what to do, what not to do. And then at some point in time, you get enough guts and balls like me, and you go, I think I'm gonna actually go do this now. And I'm going, guys, I think I'm gonna do this now. And the guys are like, are you sure? Like, yes. You know, it was like, literally, that's how it went.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. And it was cool though, man. Like a lot of support. Nobody criticized, nobody complained, nobody shot anybody down. Tons of support. And so I just say, keep doing your thing, man. Like, keep going. And I think the best thing that you could probably do is tell a story that is worth the next generation watching and listening to. Tell stories that matter to people in life. Tell stories that lift people up. Tell stories that help people, because we got a hurting world and everybody needs help. Everybody needs hope. Tell a hopeful story. And that's what this story is about in Dove Creek.
God, I know you're there. You must have some plan for my life. I just hope I live long enough to see it.
You have a bad past, cowboy. I ain't your friend. And you can forget about peace.
So much for peace. Live to die another day.
I cannot actually encourage enough to pay special attention to the sound inside your film. You know, we've all heard it said sound is 50% of the film, and it's probably more than 50%, really and truly. Through this project, I learned, it's my first short film. I did all the editing, and the thing that I learned about sound is there's more layers of sound than there are of video, which means audio is probably a lot more than video. Yeah, you want the video to look sharp and compelling, and you want it to drive the story, but sound is, I think, probably more important than video, really and truly. And so one thing that Jeremy reminded me of is, whatever your project is, get somebody to be the sound guy, gal, whatever. Have somebody hold the boom, hold the microphone, whatever it is, have them monitor it. And then when you're done, when you say cut, look at your sound guy and say, go or no go. Are we keeping this, or do we need to redo it? 18-wheelers in the background were the biggest problem we had on this film, and I hated every second of having to try to fix that in post. And so definitely, absolutely have sound and backup sound, and spend time on Foley. Spend time making sure that that your sound effects are done and you're locked in good. Just really, like, I can't emphasize enough that your sound is more than 50% of what your film's going to be. And so I would say make sure if you can have a budget properly for sound. Budget a little bit more, and then tip the guy, you know? We used Solar Flight Productions. Good friend of mine, Garrett. Garrett showed up, top-notch sound guy. Sound company, his whole production company, top-notch. This guy was literally in the mud and in the creek with us as we're filming. You remember that dude? He's like in the middle of it, sliding down the rocky hills, trying to get his footing so he can have the microphones where they're supposed to be. That's what you want. You want somebody that knows sound on your job site, on your location, to really like spearhead your sound and make sure you, like, you know, of course, communicate the vision of what your sound to be. But you can't emphasize that enough, really. Like, right? It's very important, dude. Yeah. And if you can have a camera guy that's not you, have a camera guy that's not you. The best thing that I was able to do on this film is step away from the camera and just trust the camera operators. They're awesome anyways, the guys that were out there. Brandon Whitford, he was one of our camera operators. Brandon Whitford, his vision and for shots was better than mine. I said, hey, this is what we're looking to do. And he goes, okay. And he was gone. I don't even know where he went half the time. He came back with some of the most amazing footage out there. And he just got it. And these guys, you trust the people that are on your team, give them your vision, communicate very, very clearly, be a stickler about that, and then just let the guys go, and then look at your dailies, look at your shorts, make sure everything looks fine, and then watch your film, make sure it's good, and then when it's good, just keep going, man. Don't get bogged down in the details.
You still got 2 minutes.
What?
Yeah.
2 minutes? Okay. Let me just say this with all sincerity. My wife, Tanya, has not put up with me. She's encouraged me. She's loved me. She's stayed out of the way when I needed just to not have anybody in my way. And then she's been in my way when I needed to have somebody there. I can't really actually say that if you're married, you have a spouse, you have a partner, whatever, keep them in the loop. Show them the love. That's your first ministry in life. That's your first responsibility, is your partner, the people that you love in life. And so take care of those people. And the film will always happen, but make a great story so that you can tell a great story.
We've got 6.5 minutes.
Oh, no, I'm done, bro. I can save some for the next one.
Cool. Awesome.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think real quick if there's any other things
That was a lot.
I wanted to touch on, but that's great.
There is something that I would have done different.
Well, we've got 6.5 minutes.
Do you? Okay, hold on. Let me pull my thoughts before you hit the button.
Ooh, with a minute 16.
That's it. We're done. I'm not pushing that last gig.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, dude. No, thank you, man. Like, seriously.